KUAM TV8, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvil's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus starts something new sales event going on now with up to 20% off on Jeep Gladiators. Get to Cars Plus today. And McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime. Emergency session on hold as elected leaders work to clear up confusion over federal education funding. Plus, the delegate's chief of staff has called it quits. The congressman remains mum on the sudden departure. And we continue to showcase the Chomoru culture in our Mes Chomoru series, Rooted.
Hafidez and buenas noches. Bienvenido para KUAM News Primetime. Guahu Sinek Delgado.
Zaguahu Sidasni Cruz Linga, Suzo Osma Asi Puri Manyanyo Mizu, Guini na Programa.
Well, with rapid shifts in the federal government come conflicting directives.
Island and education leaders holding a work session to find a path forward amid a new federal policy that may impose a financial burden on the Guam Department of Education. Does the Guam Department of Education have to front local funds for federally funded projects and seek reimbursement later? That's the major concern after GDOE reportedly learned of a new federal policy on American Rescue Plan funding, a move that could derail critical school refurbishments, delay openings, and jeopardize health and safety standards. In response, senators pushing for an emergency session last Friday to provide GDOE with $30 million to stay afloat, as Congressman James Moylan sought answers in Washington, D.C. Moylan later confirming that the U.S. Department of Treasury did not issue new guidance on ARP disbursements, but former Acting Education Secretary Denise Carter did. To note, USDOE announced new guidance on COVID relief funding last month. Moylan also working to ensure newly confirmed Education Secretary Linda McMahon did not issue new guidance either. Meantime, the conflicting information prompting a briefing between Moylan and local senators. In a release, the congressman stressing that clarity on the matter is essential for the Guam legislature to address the issue and promote fiscal responsibility, adding the threat the misunderstanding poses is unacceptable. Well, the congressman's chief of staff is out, KUAM confirming his resignation over the weekend.
For now, Delegate James Moylan remains mum, and the news leading to former staffers of the Guam delegate speaking out.
Bobby Shringy, chief of staff to Guam delegate James Moylan, forced out of his job. On Saturday, his official email sent an automatic reply that he no longer worked for the congressman and forwarding us directly to Moylan's email. KUAM immediately requesting comment, emailing the congressman, but got no response. We also reached out to Shringy multiple times, but our calls went unanswered and our WhatsApp message left on read. By Monday morning, the congressman's office confirmed Shringy was no longer employed, stating, "Unfortunately, it is not in our office's interest to share personnel matters." The delegate remains silent on his chief of staff's sudden departure. KUAM had reached out to Shringy back on February 26 following calls into the newsroom that he resigned amid alleged ethics complaints filed against him. Then he replied, "What the expletive is that? No truth at all," adding, "Thanks for clarifying, cause that's a political rumor." The rumor, now a reality, also has former staffers to the delegate speaking out anonymously. One former employee telling KUAM working for Bobby Shringy was an absolute nightmare. As our former chief of staff, he frequently disregarded House rules, even after being made aware of his violations by his staff. A clear example of this occurred during the election period when he authorized campaign materials to be displayed outside our official office building in Hagåtña, which directly violated House rules. The former staffer sharing this image as proof, adding Shringy has a reputation among the staff for his disregard of campaign practices and cutting corners. Most troubling of all, he made our young female interns feel uncomfortable, and they confided in other staff members about their concerns. Additionally, he consistently disrespected Congressman Moylan, openly bad-mouthing him to the staff and sending emails that mocked him to the team.
This Wednesday, March 12th, we bring you a special edition of KUAM News Primetime starting at 5:30 p.m.
It's KUAM News' special coverage of the 2025 State of the Island Address with special thanks to our partners at PBS Guam. Stick with us through 6 p.m. as we bring you Governor Lou Leon Guerrero's 2025 address.
Now for your headlines beyond the broadcast, here's your KUAM News Bumps.
We'll be right back.
New year, new me. A year of possibilities starts now, and it all begins at Kmart. From health to home, we got everything you need to start fresh and thrive in the new year. Kickstart healthy habits with pantry essentials and nutritious options for your family. Keep your home sparkling with cleaning solutions designed to make life easier and fresher. Looking to crush your fitness goals? Find workout gear and activewear to get you moving. Need to revamp your style? Check out our newest apparel for the whole family. And for the heart of your home, discover appliances and home goods to make your life easier and more comfortable. Busy families, moms on the go, and everyone in between. Kmart is here for you. A fresh start is just one shopping trip away. Kmart, new year, new me, a year of possibilities. Find it all at Kmart.
Everything we build is from the ground up. Every great idea, every crazy idea, every next idea, every truck, and everything in it. Everything you hear, everything you see, everything you feel when you drive it. We put everything we have into our trucks, so you get everything out of them. We're Ram. Trucks are what we do.
Superspeed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and a free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
Rooted is brought to you by Templa. Visit us in Agate for all your local favorites. And Don Don Donkey, your ultimate one-stop destination for shopping, dining, and new experiences.
Love for our culture and our roots. In this week's episode of our Mesh Chomoru special, Rooted, we take a walk down memory lane and down the aisle.
Dr. Maget Bavakwa, curator at the Guam Museum, shows us the rich tapestry of weddings here in Guam over the decades, from traditional Chomoru ceremonies of the past to the beautifully diverse modern-day nuptials celebrated on our island.
Today, my name is Michael Lujan Bavakwa. I am the curator for the Guam Museum. This is Haanan Casamiento. This is Evolving Chomoru Wedding Traditions. And so this is our newest temporary exhibit at the Guam Museum. Here at the Guam Museum, every few months, we put a new exhibit in our downstairs rotating gallery. This one here is about evolving Chomoru wedding traditions over time. So as you walk through the gallery, you can learn about ancient Chomoru wedding traditions, how they changed once the Spanish came in, what weddings were like before World War II, and then you can also get a sense of weddings in the 1950s, 60s, and then there's even some sections where couples that have been married in the last 10 years share examples of how they incorporated Chomoru culture into their weddings. So let me show you real quickly. This is the wall where we wanted to include a bunch of families that just submitted like a wedding photo or a few wedding photos, just to show a collage of different weddings across time. This is actually the wedding photo of Imagahagan Guahan, Lou Leon Guerrero. and First Gentleman Jeff Cook. We wanted to just show Chamorro wedding photos across time in different spaces, and just to show.
GU Self-Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Plines hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self-Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Try double filet sandwich for double the flavor. Just in time for Lent for a limited time. Served all day.
Hey, I got the job.
So I can go part-time.
Yes!
Some days bring new opportunities. First Hawaiian Bank can help you say yes to making the most of them. Manage your accounts, earn cash back, and when you need advice, we're here for you.
We should really get him into an art program.
No matter where your journeys take you, you can bank on the best. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
On 2 successive Saturdays, our friends at UOG are having a barbecue boot camp. Now check this out. Pulled pork and lamb kebabs. Oh man, I love a good lamb kebab. This is gonna be awesome. Beef and pork tinatla cutley. Make sure to be there. Super, super awesome. Special Olympics is something that means a lot to us here at KUAM. It's a 2025 track and field event. Remember, it is always going to be held over at the Ukuru High School track. It's on the 29th starting at 8 a.m. Opening ceremonies, competition begins at 9. And Senator Shelley Calvo is having a youth art contest, Healing Through Colors, an exciting opportunity for young artists to express their creativity and make a difference in our community. That is your News Bites for today.
Now to your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutouts,
which you can submit on KUAM.com.
18th birthdays are awesome, and a beautiful daughter, Sheena Rose Cabrera Guzman, aka Shay. You are getting birthday love, and your shout out says this: we are so proud of the woman of God that you have become. Awesome. Continue to serve in His kingdom. We love you, says a very, very proud family. Happy 18th birthday, Shay. Trisha Manabusan, may your day be filled with all of the love and laughter, and I hope you enjoy your day with lots of love from your family. And Kyrie Nuo Manabusan, we hope you had a wonderful day, and we wish we could be there to celebrate your special day. Please remember that Grandpa Manabusan and Auntie Nay are always here for you. You can do anything you set your mind to. We love and miss you dearly, and then you get the kissy kissy emoji. That's great when it comes from Grandma and Grandpa and your auntie. We hope you had a fantastic birthday.
Estagi Mizu Primetime Show, si Zeus Ma, si Put Nenenega, Guahu Sinik Delgado.
To Guahu si Destiny Cruz, Destiny Cruz Langus, Nafin Sapu Hamsi Zagose, Iponi. We hear it all the time. The Chomoru language and culture are fading. But is that really true? Right here at MU Lujan Elementary School and across public schools on the island, educators are dedicated to keeping our lenguaje and cultura alive for future generations. Buenas and hafide, Guahu si Destiny Cruz Langus. This is a KUAM News special, Fina Chomoru, where we take a closer look at how people are preserving the Chomoru language and culture beyond this month.
Some say the Chomoru language and culture are fading, but step inside this classroom at MU Lujan Elementary School and you'll hear a different story. A story told in voices that echo with the heartbeat of a people, strong and unwavering. These students are more than just learners. They are torchbearers, carrying forward the light of those before us and illuminating the path toward revitalization through storytelling, through song, and through listening.
You guys use that at home? Good job.
From our Manyaina to our Manhobin, the passing of knowledge is sacred, and the responsibility of keeping it alive rests in the hands of Chomoru teachers like Senora Loretta Cruz, Senorita Jamie Lynn Manzanonia, and Senor Albert Fejerin, educators who have dedicated their lives to ensuring future generations embrace the language, history, and culture of the Chomoru people. But even for them, the journey of learning never truly ends. Both Cruz and Fejerin growing up in Chomoru-speaking households, yet only later in life did they fully grasp the depth of their mother tongue, a journey of rediscovery that now fuels their passion to teach.
When I was little, I was spoken to in Chomoru. I can understand it. As I got older, I learned it through school, going to the university, and learning it from my grandparents and my father as well. I was never really interested when I was younger to speak the language, but as I got older, I found something deeper that I need to learn about myself and who I am. and my identity. And so it drove me to learn our language and speak the language and also teach the language.
I wasn't fluent, at least, and I would always mimic my parents, and in those cases, it was usually when they were mad or angry at us, and so those weren't the best things to learn. But I did learn through the novena. It wasn't until I became a Chomoru teacher where I actually went back to school and actually learned the orthography of the language.
But their work is more than just teaching. It is a testament to the endurance of Chomoru identity. They stand firm in their belief that the language is not dying, and neither is the culture. A culture built on deep respect, ties that bond families, and honoring those who came before us.
Senor Jeremy Cepeda, when he was teaching here at MU Lohan Elementary School, he taught our students the chant that he wrote and the dance. He also taught the moves, and so we had performed it. Now that, Senor has passed, we want to share.
I think we're blessed,
Yes.
to have been taught that by most especially Difunto Jeremy Cepeda. To me, that's an honor, to learn or to receive something that was, this chant really talks about showing reverence to our family members, our parents, our brothers and sisters.
At MU Lujan, that reverence is lived out every day. The school honoring the memory of late Chomoru educators Jeremy Cepeda, who left behind a legacy of chant and dance, and Lavon Mantanonya, whose impact still resonates in the hearts of her students.
It's showing reverence to the people that have helped us, that not only guide us in our lives, but really, internalizing and internalizing the values that they taught us. And I think that's important to teach the kids.
It's really beautiful because our students still remember both teachers and what they've learned given tomorrow.
Their memory lives on in a new generation, perpetuating the Chomoru language and culture.
We're going to do Kanogi Tomorrow, Inifrasi, our familiar song, and also our song our chant actually that was taught by Senor Jeremy Cepeda, who has taught here several years ago. And so in memory of that, this class would be performing his chant and dance. Okay, so we're going to begin. Kanogi, Kanogi.
incredible journey to witness and to capture as we work to expand the Chomoru language at the school level and beyond. And we've got bula stories to share right here, so don't go anywhere. This is a KUAM News Special, Pino Chomoru.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Growing up in southern Guam offered a chance for me to pick up some of the Chomoru language with the help of my family and others around me. But there's more being offered to help our youth across the island learn and make it a part of their everyday lives. This is a KUAM News Special, Pino Chomoru. While promoting the language is essential, changes happening nationally over President Trump's order to end DEI has some wondering what this could mean for programs that promote being Chomoru.
Meet Senor Jimmy Santos Teria and Senor Felix Camacho, Administrator and School Program Consultant at the Guam Department of Education Chomoru Studies Division, respectively. The division ensures each student understands and values the Chomoru language and culture and can meaningfully contribute to solving local and global issues. The division has implemented several programs over the years, including the Chomoru Language and Culture Program. The Guam Education Board Policy 346 requires Chomoru language and culture to be taught at least 100 minutes per week at the primary level, which is pre-K through 3rd grade, and 150 minutes at the intermediate level, grades 4th through 5th. As a graduation requirement, the Chomoru language and culture and Guam history courses must be taken for 1 year in middle and high school. But how did these educators learn the language and culture themselves?
I was lucky to grow up in a dual language environment where my mother, who was an educator, retired principal, spoke the bulk of the English and of course learning it at school. But my father's side, old Chomoru, I had a nana who could understand English and speak English, very little, but if you wanted to anything from her or you needed information from her, you had to speak Chomoru. During my time, we did have Chomoru, and I used to ace that class because I understood everything the Chomoru teacher said, and that's from my father's side. Because I grew up in the wonderful village of Agate, and I grew up in the ranch and fishing and hunting lifestyle. So when you're in that type of natural environment, you're gonna pick up the language quick. And one of the best places to learn the language, which I learned too, was in the kitchen. The kusina is kusina, sinon edzek, masaya often at Chomoru genau sa makuntusi gifino Chomoru sa ang malago masaya often debi dun fino Chomoru genau loke. So I was lucky to grow up in that environment, but then I had my friends. Some of them could speak because they grew up in the same environment as me, but a lot of my friends too, their parents did not transmit the language to them because I guess they felt that English was more important. Because the biggest thing with English is that it's the language of the economy. And I remember years ago I would go to Saipan and everybody was speaking Chomoru and I felt at home there, at the other islands. But even the islands, even them, their intergenerational transmission broke some. I don't know how it happened, but even in CNMI, they also have their own type of Chamorro language program, and they also are in the midst of, or I think they already have created immersion schools. So for true language revitalization, we have to give our students every opportunity to be exposed to the language.
Unfortunately, as a child, I was always, I didn't have the opportunity. I came from a bilingual home, and so I heard several languages, but as a child, no. But realizing that this was a phenomenon that I noticed too as a very young individual, that Chomoru just wasn't spoken by our generation, and so I took it upon myself to learn it, and then learn it enough to muster the courage to actually become a Chomoru teacher. And then as a Chomoru teacher, we climbed through the ropes, and here we are administering the program. And the one thing that I do like to say is that I was a student in the Guam public school system within the Chomoru language and culture program. I became a teacher in the Chomoru language and culture program, and now we are leading the efforts within the Guam Department of Education to bolster Chomoru language throughout the island and throughout the community as well. Fanitzaken is our Chomoru medium, our Chomoru immersion program at Tun Pedro Camacho Lujan Elementary. And this is our 6th year. This is our 6th year. We started in 2019. And now this is our 6th year, so we have all the way up to 5th grade. And so that actually has been one of our very special projects, because it's so new for the Guam Department of Education, and so we want to ensure that it has the appropriate resources, and it also has the materials that it takes to really teach Chomoru in math, science, language arts, and reading, because it's a Chomoru medium program which it's conducted entirely Gifino Chomoru. And that has been, perhaps maybe you can go visit them, and we can schedule, and you can see for yourself what the children are actually doing, because it's amazing too. And they've also, this year, they've incorporated a STEM section, and it focuses on music and dance. And so that is really just an awe-inspiring thing to take a look at with our children, especially at such a very young age. We've also just launched our pre-K, so if you're interested in our pre-K program, we're also going to be launching our kindergarten very soon. So anybody listening, we're looking for more families to spread Chomoru medium education over at Fanitzaken.
Immersion is beautiful, as I mentioned earlier when we were talking earlier. It's the best way to learn a language because you're fully immersed. Because the Chomoru language program is beautiful. We have students that can, they're proficient in reading and for the most part, speaking. It all depends. All of our students know how to ask to use the restroom. And when you're immersed in a language, you're gonna pick it up naturally, and then you're gonna develop the sound system. You're gonna build the vocabulary. And vocabulary is an ongoing thing. Sometimes my friends ask me what's a word, and it's like I'm supposed to know it like I'm ChatGPT. But I would tell them, I said, does anybody memorize all the English words in the dictionary? But we learn. So one strategy I share with my young teachers is that when you read a Chomoru text from like Onodera and Rivera, all of our wonderful Chomoru, I encourage you to read it. And when you don't understand a word, highlight it and look it up. We got the dictionary in Chomoru. We got learningchomoru.com. Of course, we got our dictionaries out there. But now you can just find a word and find it. It can go Chomoru to English or English to Chomoru, and build that vocabulary.
Do you guys foresee any changes or any cuts with Chomoru culture and language programs due to these executive orders by the president?
Well, luckily, our program is a locally mandated and locally funded program. We do have supplemental funding from our consolidated grant. So far, the guidance has been status quo. We remain hopeful that we will continue to receive those funds, but for the most part, the Chomoru Language and Culture program is not going anywhere because we're locally funded. And I really just want to thank all of our Chomoru educators out there, whether they're in the Guam public school system or they're over in the private and the charter schools. Anybody promoting Chomoru, educating Chomoru, because really without them and the perpetuators within our community, Chomoru wouldn't be where it's at today. And it really is a time to reflect. It's also a time to take a look at what's been happening over the years. Lo putfabuat zao nebe abiba todu jisani man mananagwi Chomoru dan ejusani ni sumu popoti todu estipod ifino Chomoru undang kuluna sejus maasi.
Teasers Ma'asi to the Guam Department of Education for allowing us to showcase the wonders of this unique program being brought to our youth. Next on your KUAM News Special, Fino Chomoru, we take you to the Harao Academy Charter School in Barrigada.
Le dije, vamos a hacer maldades. Vuelvo yo te traje. Pago allá el mahones si no baila pa' que sale. De mi aquí están mis anormales. Que cabrón, tú mueves ese nalga. Esto es pa' las nenas nuevas, pa' los nenes, pa' la tía.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Megalahin Harao Academy Charter School. This new institution will serve grades pre-K3 to 5th with a curriculum designed to reflect the unique cultural heritage and educational needs of our indigenous Chomoru community. The Immersion Charter School is dedicated to providing a culturally relevant, high-quality education to indigenous children, addressing the urgent need for educational institutions that honor and integrate indigenous knowledge, language, and traditions. By creating an inclusive learning environment, this school ensures that children can excel academically while remaining connected to their cultural heritage.
Walking through the halls of Megalahin Harao Academy Charter School, you don't just see the Chomoru culture, you feel it. Every corner echoes with the language, traditions, and spirit of a people determined to keep their heritage alive. This vision has been Anne-Marie Arceo's dream for years, a dream that has earned her the title of Sainaguanifi throughout the community. The CNMI and Guam flag flying high in unity, fostering a spirit of one Marianas. Fridays at the Barrigada campus are special. They're filled with hands-on experiences that bring classroom lessons to life. From weaving and cooking to dance and song, every activity is rooted in the Chomoru language and tradition.
Para pagnaani in agang esin actividad to dia kara otu benis guaha linala itano. Zan toru asik actividad I mamfok I baila zan kanta I pinatinas titidas pat bukazu ngamzo mangata masih hafa zupaktu in category toru hafa segi san hizung ikwatu pasikisinya magosa saya I pamagon pas sempre inli nasigat manliliko para diferentes actividad za diferentes idot lopi pofan manyana.
Anne-Marie isn't alone in this mission. Educators like Sainazo Asi play a crucial role in keeping Chomoru alive, ensuring many children speak it fluently. She shares her experience learning Chomoru in Luta.
Toto Luta so. Pues todo hamge familia man fifino Chomoru.
Bahasa everyone in
Ngan. Para guahu by sangana masih guaha zomu degree Tata jamo degree sa guahu uno tata joko degree lo desi anema fanyagu zo fomino Chomoru zo za para guahu tata lati toru het mandenanti za jangen sige hata praktika enoha nesinya ta susteni lenguahi.
For these fifth graders, Chomoru is more than a language. It's a way of life. Some have been speaking it since they were toddlers, proving the language is thriving.
Are you guys able to speak with a lot of the older Chomoru people? Are you guys able to hold conversations? Like, sometimes when the Chomoru people, they go to the side and they'll speak Chomoru so that the kids don't know what they're saying. Can you guys pick up on what they're saying?
Hangan lo guanaviai gof dida kafamasangan kulan tita usai palabra pagu pues guana palabra tutunga. Guanaviai donia accents kulan gof maka, like it's so heavy, so I can't always understand what they're saying, and sometimes like they laugh at something and I know what they're saying but I don't get why it's funny, so I think it's like their version of like teasing, but I don't, so I can pick up on the other stuff like oh there's like there's food but don't tell anybody.
That's funny. And for you?
The old like words and just like
But their passion goes beyond their generation. They remind older Chomorus it's never too late to learn.
No, it's never too late. As long as you practice and you want to really learn it, you can learn it.
And for you?
It's never too late, but if you get like the right kind of education, not like, because sometimes people when they learn like really just like half a day or sitas masi, and sometimes it's harder to learn like
a sentence structure,
or like paragraphs, or be able to write or comprehend what other people are saying in Chomoru. So you just need to start at the right time.
Right. And for you?
It's never too late as long as you keep practicing, don't give up, don't stop, and you learn.
These young girls taking a moment to share their thoughts during Mumfuk, their weaving class. Saina Atdao guides them through the class, reflecting on her relationship with the Chomoru language.
Dumangkulun tinian pasungan femino Chomoru toru I familiaku lo namaguf esti para ta li toru I mandikiki manhobin ni man mangwentus pago.
What's a message for Chomorus who are still learning, and a message for them to keep trying to learn their language?
Practica cada dia. Enoa monasinya. Practica cada dia.
Maina Diego shares the same sentiment. As a young adult, Chomoru is her first language, and now she passes it down to the next generation.
Chomoru is my first language. I grew up in a household. I actually didn't start speaking English until going to school. I want to say even third grade, right? So it was always Chomoru for me. It really has been not too long of a journey, I'm not sad, but it's been a great journey. Kind of just being passionate about this mission about revitalization, because unfortunately our kids nowadays don't have what I fortunately had growing up, which is Chomoru in the household, and also in the school, just because of my teachers, right? So it was amazing, and now I'm able to give the kids what I got, which is Chomoru in the household, Chomoru at school, and then even more than I had, Chomoru in the subjects.
Today, she shows the kids how to make a Chomoru kitchen staple, to Teasers.
Today we have Teasers Harina. They're learning how to bati it, which is to mix it, and then to cook it, and then also to pada it, which is to pada it too. I'm running out of my English words. To pada it hanggang dispensa. But that's what they're doing today to kind of like dive into almost like Nanambia's back kitchen. That's really what we're trying to teach them. So we always do a different recipe every time. So like last week we did bukadu, which is coconut candy, right? So then next week we're actually doing kelagwet.
Mahina, is it okay if I put this mic on you?
Yes, of course.
It's cool.
Can you show me how to, what are you doing? Video you? This one? Is it okay if I get video just of your hand? Are you ready?
You getting what you want? That's perfect.
Go for me too. What's your name? The kids also embracing their culture through movement and song. Pandunkalu nasizaos maasi to Megalahin Harao Academy Charter School for such a warm welcome and for a closer look at the amazing efforts to preserve our culture and language. Up next, we head to Adelup to celebrate National Mother Language Day. This is a KUAM News Special. Fino Chomoru.
You don't always set out to be a rock star, but when the spotlight finds you, you become one anyway. Come on.
New year, new me. A year of possibilities starts now, and it all begins at Kmart. From health to home, we got everything you need to start fresh and thrive in the new year. Kickstart healthy habits with pantry essentials and nutritious options for your family. Keep your home sparkling with cleaning solutions designed to make life easier and fresher. Looking to crush your fitness goals? Find workout gear and activewear to get you moving. Need to revamp your style? Check out our newest apparel for the whole family. And for the heart of your home, discover appliances and home goods to make your life easier and more comfortable. Busy families, moms on the go, and everyone in between. Kmart is here for you. A fresh start is just one shopping trip away. Kmart. New year, new me, a year of possibilities. Find it all at Kmart.
A day to celebrate National Mother Language Day. For many here in Guam, the language that connects us to our heritage and roots is Chomoru. Cultural practitioners and advocates of the Chomoru language gathering together in one room, joining lawmakers and the island's Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio at Adelup to commemorate this significant day. The occasion was a time to honor and reflect on the importance of preserving the Chomoru language and culture. The Lieutenant Governor speaking passionately about the continuing efforts to keep both the language and culture alive and thriving for future generations.
We have a lot of interest, but we have a responsibility as Chomoros to make sure that we find opportunities that our people can learn. And with technology being the way that it is, I really have to recognize how the Commission and DCA and Hural have utilize technology to help advance forward the work and the mission of the language and the culture and the histories.
Speaker of the 38th Guam Legislature, Senator Frank Blas Jr., sharing his thoughts, echoing the Lieutenant Governor's sentiments. He reflected on the growth of the Chomoru language movement and the progress he's witnessed over the years, from his generation to the current day.
My generation, it was frowned upon to speak our language. My mouth was washed out with soap and I had to eat pepper because I couldn't speak the language. It was basically bad. Pues Pago and I see Frank Blas Jr. the third, or Frank Blas the third. As howly as my little nephew looks, and Marie will tell you, he speaks better Chomoru than me. Malati boy. Okay? But it just within that, within our family history, it shows the history of where we're at. And I want to thank you for that. I'm very proud of not just, my nephew, but his brother as well. Because what he is learning and what he is, and in our curriculum, it's required now to learn tomorrow. Whereas in my generation, you were told not to speak. We've come a long way. And we're going to be going for further. That's what makes this so profound.
Young students from the Megalahin Harao Academy Charter School and the Guam Department of Education Sinipuk Immersion program demonstrating the impact of these efforts as they spoke proudly in their mother tongue.
Iaanok san iti man aanok adahi itanu. Man gaigi I man get hilo ki hilo itanu. Fan ekunok fan oski san matu gitinalazi. Sepri un malii adahi itanu. Man gaigi I man dikiki Mangaigi I mañana. Adahi I tanu. Fangagaw no isaina na utsasaloni hit. Adahi I tanu. Esti I pentonia isaina hanoi hit I piñata. I aanok san iti man aanok. Adahi itanu. Adahi itanu. Adahi itanu. Chinanumi, Commission I Fino Chomoru. Isiniza. Guaha Palawan Chomoru Gita Guahan ina Anya si Chinanumi. Ondiha hada sidi pada ufa ina Anya. Nana, hafa nama fana anzat Chinanumi. Put fa bot na comprendi zat gina na manu ina anhu. Hu'u ina bias na nanya. Ana dumadong kuluzo mega na mami ginin tinanu. Dina kut dan kini satan. Itanota. Zamas malik isabot ninkanota chikwihi na tempo kipa. Nihi tatata to hongi fundamentum patentinanum. Umasalao aparao si tinanumi. O, hutungo I patentinanum siha, hali, kakazu, hagun, flores, fruta, zampipita. Nana, senza hu biringenas, cosine un fenoquiza manana biringenas, pure, sa este graha mandodo ko gigualota, senza hu ipanyan zengin matatono, sinya hu nini paku, palabai hasuha. Manopisi nana, hongan, nihi tafalag igualot zatari kohi todu nisishidata. Bayu fenui how, hafete manu matanum dan manadokut biringanas, sa azuma samunagolai, jos pada hui fina lagun tinanum biringanas, dan ochu siha nagolai. Memchas huas vipia masa dan hihut lanas na biringanas, tuli imaseta da unatiti ota. Pues tuli untuk wasan puppet dan potluki banda. Hatifi inanan China numi masa nabiringanas zahatatak anokut gitalo. Hafanui si Tina numi hafete manu mababai biringanas. Después halatnios y pepitas kisan halimia. Iletnia sinona recogi todo iti netsing na pepitas. Mas megai, mas malik. Buluta nos cuantos na pepitas que untuwatan puppet, sumaki hanam hasta maseha 24 horas. Sempita liit la megai na lato pepitas.